What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, man, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we do that, let me get into the chat. My brother Atmosphere, what it do with the business is, fam. Appreciate you. Nate the Great is in the building. Bro, I was trying to comment on one of your videos, bro. I was about to roast you on that video. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wouldn't let me comment. Stop posting sassy videos. No more sassiness. 2026, no sassiness. What up, though, bro? Right, you be tripping with them AIs, man. I be like, man, take Nate phone from him. We been told y'all that 2 years ago now. Going on 2 years now. Is it going on 2 years, Nick? Working on 2? I know we told him to take your phone a long time ago. But what up, though, y'all? I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, welcome to another episode of Simply Complex. And in these series, man, I'm gonna take things that that's kind of overused, right? Like you constantly hear me say, pour into yourself, right? I'm gonna take those, but I'm gonna break them down. I'm gonna delineate them, right? Because it's something simple, but it's complex to do. It's parts of it, and people get frustrated because it is complex, and they equate complex to hard. You know, we had a conversation about that. Complex ain't hard; just made it intricate. It's got many parts. That's all it means. You know, that's the journey. That's how you grow. That's how you develop different things. Nobody can take too much at once, right? You can't take too. That's why things are done in parts, right? So we'll talk about pouring into yourself. You know, shout out to Gary. He did a very inspiring live earlier. I wasn't even gonna go live until I heard his live, and I'm like, now I feel like talking. So shout out to Gary, man. That's what we do. Better use a better us, right? We make each other better. And shout out 2026. This is the year of the one. This is the year where you will have the abundance amount of energy to pour into yourself. Take advantage of that. The one. You by yourself. We always talk about self development. This is the time. This is ride the energy of it. Right? That's when we talk about the year of the one. The focus is on self. Kind of narcissistic. One is a narcissistic number because it's self-involved, but that ain't always a bad thing. Now, this concept, pour into yourself so others can benefit around you, I ain't understand when I was younger, right? I ain't quite understand it, but the more I practice it, the results I seen gave me clarity, right? Yeah, hold on one second. Okay. Usually she calls, she's screaming through the house now. But yeah, so that's the concept I had to learn. Because when I was younger, I used to feel like shit, even if I help somebody that I love and it put me down, I'm okay with that. Right? That's how I used to look at it. I let somebody I love stand on my back to get up. That's how I looked at it, right? And then as I got older and matured, I realized, like, hold on, bro, that ain't the right way. But that was the only way at the time that I knew. That's what my environment, that's what that was, I just knew I was stronger so I can, but I found another way, just better myself and then make the people around me better. That's like, if you help yourself first, then you can help many people. But that's why they tell you when you're in a plane, put your mask on first. Then you can put on people mask around you, because if you can't breathe and they can't breathe and you focusing on their breathing instead of focusing on yours, shit, when you get their mask on, you might pass out and they might can't get to you. Instead of putting yours on and then putting theirs on. That's how it works. The better you are, the better you can be for the people around you. That's the key. The better you are, the better you can be. The more potential you have to do more for them. But if you're down and out, you ain't gonna be able to do much. And generally, one or two things happen too. When you become better, either people fall away or they grow with you. It's one or two things happen. Either people grow with you or people start falling off. And that's how it's supposed to be. But that's how it's supposed to be. Either people grow with you or they grow away from you. Think about when a tree grows. The bottom of the tree usually be the thickest, right? That's for a reason. That's where everything started. And think of it as a level. A lot of people can reach to the trunk of the tree. Just say 2-3 feet up a tree. Most people can reach that. But the higher you go up, the thinner it gets till you get to the peak. Even think about a mountain. Up is the levels. Everyone has their own level. And I had to learn how to respect that. Because sometimes I try to take people above a level that they were suited for. I was trying to break, and that's not what they built for. This they level. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to respect that. My 33 brother, Mr. Gary Buster Don Brown, what it do with the business is. What up, man? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Yeah, let me look at the chat real quick. I ain't even seen the chat. Gary in here, Nate, Atmosphere, the fellow. But so it's about pouring into yourself. The better you are, the better you can be for the people around you, right? And it seems selfish, but in a sense, it's really showing how much you care about the people around you. Sometimes you got to focus on you and build you up. And once you get to a place there, you can turn around and either help people up with a ladder or rope, whatever apparatus you want to use to help them up with. Do that. But the whole key is that you got to be looking back. You know, you have to not looking up to try to push somebody up. You got to be looking back to be pulling people up. If you're trying to push people up, then that's the problem right there. Because now you got to bear your weight and bear their own weight and their weight. You got to bear both weights. I ain't even really edited it. I just made a couple thumbnails. I ain't even really get back in the edit. I got it, man. I ain't bought them apps in like months, bro. I got to go back and buy all them apps to edit. It's like 4 apps. So I just been making the thumbnails. I ain't even been editing. But yeah, this is a good year to pour into yourself. Self-development, man. Ride that energy. You know, do things. Look at your, but see, this where everything, it's easy to say go do something, but how do you do it? That's the whole key, right? Is not only like having these conversations, it's easy to tell you what you need to do, right? You need to do this, you need to do that, but it's hard to tell you how to do it, you know? Because it's not a one fix all thing. You know, different people starting from different places, different people got different resources. So it ain't a one size fit all thing. You know, it's really where people at. You know, some people at the very bottom, some people at the middle. You know, some people don't need to do a lot; they just need to do. You know, some people got to do a total 360. And then a 180, right? You got to do a 360 and then a 180. But that's just what it is. So, like having these conversations, you know, like I say work on yourself, First thing you got to do, man, and if you don't do this, ain't shit else gonna work. This is like the foundational piece, man. First thing you got to do is accept where you are, man. Accept that shit. Okay, you are where you are. No matter what point you starting from, that's where you at, okay? That's your shit. You just got to accept that. Because without accepting that, you going to start making excuses for bullshit, making bullshit as justification. Well, I'm only here because of this. I'm only here because of that. And then that shit kind of deters you. You telling your subconscious, like, it's okay to be here. Like, it's okay. Because we have a reason, we have a justification, we have an excuse to be here. No, you got to own that shit. I'm here because of the decisions I made, flat. Whether somebody manipulated me or not, I made the decision, I took the action, and that's where I'm at. Once you do that, then you can be able to see that your actions have power. Because the position you're in is where you put yourself through your actions. So you make better choices, better decisions, more informed, more strategical. You really start thinking about the shit you do. That shit motivates you. Once you know that and you see, even if you're in a bad situation, if you realize like I have the power to put myself here, I got the power to take myself out of here. I have to make better decisions. I got to make more informed decisions. That's the key of life in general, is making informed decisions, because every action has a reaction. And that reaction creates a whole environment. The action creates an environment. It's like layers. And think about if you keep making the wrong action, you got layers of wrong shit. And that shit get heavy, it's not sturdy because it's wrong. That shit break down, fall down. Now you got to build that back up, but you got to build it up with the right shit. And when you build up the right shit, it lasts throughout time, lasts throughout eternity. You say nobody say I'm turning thumbnails into videos. That's the thing, bro. I got skills. I know how to stay incognito. I'm smooth with that, bro. I'm like a ninja in real life, bro. I'm a ninja in real life. But yeah, you begin to understand you have that power. You know, power of decision, power of choice. But it all starts with how you feel. It all starts with how you feel about things, man. So you got to get to the root. But that's everybody got to get to the root of their own issue, and the best way to do it is to accept. That's the only way you can truly look at things from an objective way. Because most people they perceive things subjectively. And I say subjectively because it's their feelings, and their feelings are not facts, right? Your feelings just not facts, bro. There's a lot of times I can feel some type of way about something, and my feelings are wrong. That's just reality, and I'm wrong about it. It's just the way I feel. So most people look at things subjectively. That's like basic operations, though. That's how kind of people are conditioned to think. So I don't even fault nobody for that. Like I was thinking about this earlier, right? I was like, it's so wild when people come on the internet. This is wild to me. People come on here, and you can talk about a subject, any subject, right? And people have their opinions predicated upon their experience, observation, however they came to that, but it's just different opinions about the same thing. And I'm like, and then you sitting on the outside and you like, damn, I understand why they like this, I understand why they like this. But it's always a I'm right and you wrong type of thing, instead of people really listening to other people like, damn, cool, that's how you feel. Cool, that's how I feel. I'm in real life, I have conversations like that. Like I'd be interested, like when people be having like different opinions, like, oh damn, how you get down to that? Well, what made you think like that? That's how the conversations go in real life. It don't be like you wrong or right. It'd be like, oh shit, why you think like that? Okay, cool, I understand that. But it's like on here, it's like right or wrong. And that action shows that people are seeking validation. Most people on here are seeking validation for being right about something. Just being right. And that was always wild to me. That was always wild. Instead of listening to somebody experience, I don't know, maybe I'm just, But again, I guess that's too. Hey, Tay y'all. What up, Nine? What up, sis? What it do? What the business is? Because I was just listening to a podcast, and I wanted to jump on that panel so bad. It wasn't like bad enough, but I was listening to the young lady, and she was like, and like when I listen to people, first thing I do is trying to understand the context. So I'm listening to her. She talked about men and women in relationships, and she was saying like women can take more than men when it comes to relationship. Like men can do this and do that, and women will still be doing this. But if a woman do that, then a man start. And when I'm listening to her, I'm like, shit, I agree with that, and there's a reason why. Especially when it comes, because she was talking about like if a man cheat, like a woman will still do this. If a woman cheat, a man, act different. And that's true, and there's a reason why. And the reason is we accept double standards. Y2K Kalani, what up, Nine? What up, brother? Appreciate you. Financial Petty in the building. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking there's a reason why. But the dude was like, hold on, man, we got to talk about this because men take a lot of shit too. They just told to be quiet. They said, man, go out, take a lot of shit. We just don't talk about it. And I'm like, that's what happens when you start like comparing men. That's why I don't do it. The shit asinine to me. But that's what happens. Like, but that's how you know like people be in their emotion and they be in a more subjective way of looking at other people's shit versus objective, right? Because she talking specifically about by the context of what she's saying, she's talking about in a relationship. He start talking about what men got to take in the world, and I'm like, that's two different things, bro. That's two different things. Like fruit is fruit, right? But an apple is an apple, a banana is a banana. Which one is better? They both got different shit. They both got different benefits. You know, an apple and a banana. You know, which one is better? It's not. Why don't we get both of them? Then we can get the best things from both of them. That's how I think. But most people think somebody be like, oh, apples are way better for you. No, bananas are better. Like, bro, I want both of them. Kids choose, adults make decisions, right? So I want both of them because they both offer something I need. They both unique to themselves. That's how I look at men and women. They both unique to themselves. Which one is better? Which one goes through more stuff? Like what a woman goes through is going to affect her differently from what a man goes through. It's just going to affect them differently. Men are better at taking certain shit. Women are better at taking certain shit. Now, which one is better? I think it's asinine to compare. I'm not comparing myself to no woman. No disrespect to the women, but I'm a man. I'm just not comparing myself to you. That shit dumb to me. Y'all different. You know, like this. This is what I'm trying to, like, when you look at things, right? And nature. I learned a lot. Nature explains everything. You just have to know how to observe, right? So even in nature, you have different plants. You have even in the plants, you have a male species and a female species. Now they're the same goddamn plant, but guess what? They both do different things. They both do different things. Just like in the animal kingdom. Just like in the insect kingdom. You got the same damn thing, but they do different things. That's how we are. We built differently to complete one another. And motherfuckers talk about who better, men and women. That shit weird to me, bro. The realest one is in the building. What it do with the business is, fam. My ninja. Give me both of them. That's what I'm saying. I want the apple and the banana, bro. Fuck that. I ain't about to. Nah, we good. Give me both of them. But just like hearing that, but then hearing the man, like, and then, but see, that's the issue too. Instead of listening and learning from one another's experiences, people comparing and contrasting. And it's usually about some, you know, some bullshit, some pain, some suffering. It's usually about that. Who suffered or who had it worse, or because you triggered. Like I was just talking to my wife today about being emotionally aware. Like even in the process of emotional intelligence, when I teach people, very first step is emotional awareness. Most people lack that. Most people only know about the emotion usually at the tail end of it or at the end of it. But as they're going through it, they don't be thinking that. Half of the time you be on here talking to people, they be yelling and screaming like, bro, stop being emotional. I ain't emotional. I'm excited. Exciting is an emotion, bro. Calm that shit down too. Like calm all that shit down, bro. Like all that screaming and yelling shit. Nah. Hold on 1 second. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm tripping. But yeah, this is the year to one. Hey, I don't know if Tay busy or not, But Tay, you gotta talk about I know you took a break from the numerology, but you gotta come either up here one day or you have to do a show and talk about the number one. You gonna have to break that down for us. But yeah, like pouring into yourself. And I just realized that, man. Like, the better you become, it inspires other people to do better, get better. You know, they feed off your energy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, that's what's motivating me is like the people under me, right? So it's not just them feeding off of your energy, but you feeding off of theirs. You know what I'm saying? That's that cycle I'm talking about, that give and take, give and take, give and take. But that's a better you is a better us. It's better than yourself. Just like the champagne tower. It start with one cup at the top. You overflow that, and it start filling up the cups, the 2 cups under it, then the 4 cups. You know what I'm saying? The tower get bigger like a pyramid. That's how it works, man. But you got to be, look, you either going to be on the top or the bottom. You know, it'll be a lot of people on the bottom, you know, mad at the people on the top because it ain't overflowing. It ain't getting to them, not realizing what level they on. You on the bottom, bro. You have to wait till these other cups up here get filled up and they pour out. And hope is enough. And hope is enough. Yeah, we can set that up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Because man, I had a couple epiphanies this week. Just that's what I learned. Like I was in Gary's chat at the end of his show today. I was telling him, like, because he was talking about, you know, he was talking about gratitude, like being grateful for, you know, the good or the bad. No matter if it was good or bad, just be grateful. Find a reason to be grateful. And he was saying he you know, is grateful for yesterday. And I was saying, wait till you get to the point where you're grateful in the moment. You know, when you're in that moment and you can be grateful, whether it's something big or small, bad or good, however it's perceived, you just grateful that you're in the moment. I catch myself at times, like when I'm frustrated, and then I smile, be like, damn, I got this moment. Like, what if I didn't have this? You know, I got the opportunity to be frustrated. Like, and it's by my kids. And I start laughing. Like, this shit, like, damn, I see how my parents felt. You know, look, man, I don't care. If you a parent and you got melanin, if this shit didn't happen to you, man, I say if you ain't, you got to be at least in your 50s, 40s and 50s, right? Old as you gonna be. But if you wasn't about to whoop your kid and start laughing in the middle of it because the shit was funny, because you either remind you that you did some shit like that when you was little, or the shit was just like funny, then I don't know, bro. I know sometimes, bro, I be mad. I be looking at my kids like, you little, and I be like laughing, like, yeah, I remember that. I can't even be mad. I just start laughing. It's like as soon as I feel that, it's like soon I'm observing the situation. Like, you little badass kid. Like, damn, you can't even be mad because he was like, yeah, I did that shit too. Or yeah. I can't even, like, anytime, like when my wife ain't around and they do some crazy shit, she be cracking up laughing at me. But when she around and they do it, she like, oh yeah, come get your kid. Like, like my daughter writing on the wall. Like my daughter, oh my God. She came in here looking like Blueface one day. Like she came here all drawled on her face, and I'm looking like, oh my God. She's like, look, Daddy. I'm like, no. It was washable marker though. We only buy washable one. But I'm sitting here like, when did you have the time to do that? I was just like, okay, dipped off for like 5 minutes, came back looking like Blueface. Like, God damn, like you just did a bid. But that's how that's how it be. Even that, man. Just been grateful to have those experiences with my kids, like them doing crazy. Now I got stories to tell when they get older. I might have stories to embarrass somebody. That's what my mom and dad did to me. My mom and dad still be fucking with me. They still be fucking with me. My dad be like, "I ever tell you the day you was conceived?" Like, bro, I don't want to hear this. And they'd be laughing. He be like, "Hold on, let me call your mama. We're gonna tell you the story again." I'm like, no, she's like, I'll be like, man, I got a straw in my head. I don't remember so. And he'd be like, remember the day I told you was conceived? Let me call your mama. Like, and I'd be like, bro, y'all leave me the hell alone. Yeah, my parents petty, bro. It's in my blood to be petty. We all we talk shit 24/7 to each other. We always man. If you leave yourself open, you gonna get jabbed. That's how it is with my family. You say some crazy shit or do some crazy shit, oh, you getting clowned. You getting clowned, bro. That's just what it is. It don't matter if it's serious or not. Motherfuckers gonna make jokes about it. Don't matter if it's serious or not. We gonna joke about it. That's just how we is. But that's deeper than right. Anyway, back to the point into yourself. Yeah, but the better you are, the better you can be for the people around you. So it might seem like it's selfish, right? Like you're being selfish, but you better in yourself so the people around you can be better. So you it looks like a selfish act, but you actually doing it for people around you. You doing it for them. You doing it for them. So that's why it's important to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, man. I was just telling my wife, I was thinking about this, man. I was just telling her, like, it's important, and we talked about this too, what you digest, either if it's mentally, emotionally, or physically, right? You ain't about to be going around drinking gasoline, eating silicone, because it's bad for your body. So you don't need to be going around listening to all this bullshit, watching all this bullshit, because what you ingest mentally is not only coming in mentally, is also coming in emotionally. Those two are connected. How you feel is how you think. How you think is how you feel. It can be either process, but one of them go down. Either thoughts go create the emotions, which mostly it does, or the emotion creates the thought. That's more when you go within. That's more when you go within, when the emotion creates the thought. Take each y'all. What up, Nine?
What's goody?
Chilla. Real said, I wish the females would stop putting silicone in their body. Hey, bro. Hey.
Wait, really's got me blocked or something? Why I can't see you?
Oh, because it's on two different things.
Oh, where he at?
It's two different lives going on. It's vertical and a regular one.
Oh, okay, boy. Cause I
Yeah,
was about
so
to say, I know you ain't got me blocked, boy. Cause I heard you saying his name, but I was like, bruh, I can't see him in the chat. That's why I'm like, he got me blocked. I'm like, wow, that's crazy work.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'm
a dual
tripping.
stream. It's the vertical and a regular chat.
Now I'm on here, I can see him. But shit, when I was on vertical, so he
Yeah.
on the regular, yeah, I couldn't see him on there. So when you said his name earlier, I'm like what the fuck? I was thinking like, I know this dude ain't got me blocked.
That's why, like, I got to look at the computer screen now instead of my phone, because I can only, unless I'm on StreamYard, I can only see what's in the specific chat that I'm in. I wish they can connect them. They give you the option. Well, they connect if you on StreamYard. I can see both, but it'd be dope if they put even when you share stream, whoever I think the people in the main, everybody in the mainstream show up, but the people in the other stream don't show up on the mainstream.
Mm.
Or I don't know how. I think it worked like that.
I was gonna get on his motherfucking ass. I'm like, let me find out for real.
Happy New Year, happy Gregorian calendar, whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
Well,
Yeah,
it ain't the new year until the springtime, but
right, right. That's what we start saying, Gregorian calendar. I got that from Gary. I stole it. Gary be like,
yeah,
happy Gregorian calendar New Year. Like, what? All right, yeah, that's dope.
right, for real, because New Year really
That's
say everything starts springing up. Everything dead right now. What you laughing
yeah,
at?
really.
Man, fuck him. I really thought he had me black. I thought I was tripping though for real because you kept mentioning his name. You mentioned his name. I'm like, where the fuck he at? I ain't see him until I got up on here. Then I seen his comments.
Yeah, that's how. So you can see it in StreamYard.
Yeah, yeah. On here I can see it, but when I was on the what you call that?
Vertical. Yeah.
Yeah, when I
But
was
see, like,
vertical.
can you see the little phone? Like, you can see Kalani in both of them. I don't know how he did that, but he in both of them.
How do you know he on both? Because one with the
Be-
little box, and then the
yeah,
other
the
one don't
one with
have
the
the little
little phone.
box.
Yeah, one of them got the little phone. That
The
mean they
little
on
phone,
vertical.
yeah.
Yeah, they on
Okay.
vertical. Like if you, I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
that's
your
how you
old
know.
comment. Yeah,
I can't see my old comments now.
I was about to say you'll see the little phone next to your name, but Kalani in both. Shout out to Kalani, man.
Yeah, shout out to KY.
Yeah, he doing his thing. We got some shit. He hit me up today. We was talking about some things. You know, and see that's what I'm saying. Like when we was talking about like networking, that's like working. Like he knows shit I don't know. He good at shit I don't do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up to do a lot of different things, especially with this content thing. So when I say building, I'm talking about like look, it's some people who know how to do stuff, who into stuff that I'm not into. I'm trying to collaborate, network, and if you can use me, then use me. Shit, that's how I feel. I'm supposed to be used. The fuck I get all this good shit for if I can't use it? And you shit. Sometimes people know how to use you better than you, and that's fine, long as they don't abuse you.
I was just about to say, use me. Don't abuse me now.
Yeah, the lady out of nine, the commander, the general of defense. What it do with the business is? What it do, nine? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Hey, Commander.
Man, she be having me tripping, man.
Long time no
but
see.
but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use one another. Everybody good at something. And if we using one another, like shit, you might know how to use me better than I can use myself. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
might be your skill. That might be your gift to put people in the right position. But if I'm sitting here like, oh no, nah, I ain't about to let this person use me. Nah, it's the fact that people abuse people. That's how
Mm-hmm.
opportunities come. Somebody might put you on a platform, and somebody might see you that's on a bigger platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how that works, right? Man, my daughter tripping, bro.
She cutting up.
Mm-hmm.
Them girls be something else.
Man, they talk about boys. I'm like, nah, it's the girls. It's the girls. You expect the boys to jump off walls and shit like that. But when the girls start doing all this crazy shit, you be like, hold on, bro.
sit down.
Yeah, I see now. Like, I think it's different too, because like I watch my little cousin, and she had a girl first. So her two girls are oldest, and then she got a son. So the son, you know, he masculine and everything, but he kind of chill and laid back. You know what I'm saying? He protective of his sisters too. You know, but with me, my sister, I noticed they're a little bit more harder, and I think because of setting examples and getting examples within the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different
Mm-hmm.
tones from you go get from a girl being the oldest than you'll get from a boy being the oldest. It's just
Mm-hmm.
different tones. I see like my daughter following my son, so she doing more crazier shit. You know, if the boy was like following his sister, he'd be doing his own shit, but he won't be doing all that wild crazy shit.
Nah, he be chilling.
Right. Because I had all older female cousins. Most of them was older. So when I went and chilled with them, that was like my kind of chill out time. Like, we chilling, talking, and doing like, playing games and shit like that. When I'm with my boy cousins, man, we are wilding out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Gary sleeps. Gary probably did go to sleep.
Yeah. What's the topic? I just jumped on here. I forgot what it
Oh,
was.
pouring into yourself. We talk about, I mean, and that's a reflection of the year to one.
Yep, that's one. Yourself. Because you add 2026, it comes into one. So, yep, that's what this year is going to be about.
That's what I was saying. Ride that energy. It's a great time for self development.
Great time for it. Yep, pouring into yourself is a great time. Last year, it was more so spiritual, religion or your spirituality, whatever. Last year was more so chill, worrying about the community, the people, the universe, and stuff like that.
And you know what? I got so much clarity last year. Like things became so much clearer to me, and just being that, like having that, like I equate my emotions to my spirits, and I tell you why. Because when I feel good, that's when I feel that inner energy. Like it's spiritual. When I feel bad, I
Hmm.
feel the same thing. I feel disconnected from that when I feel bad, right? It's like it's translating those emotions, and that's a whole language. It's like knowing why you feel that way. People think it's
Mm-hmm.
mental, but it's really not. You ever feel good around something you was learning about? Like you didn't know about it yet, so how can you feel good about it? But it felt good just being in the midst of it. Like just being around certain people. I go in certain buildings and feel that. But a lot of times, like with certain, like working at the hospital, it's like a draining feeling. But then certain people come in, it's like y'all batteries next to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and sometimes I didn't even really like rock out with those people like that. We just worked well together. Like we
Right.
was gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like we talking and laughing. No, it wasn't even that. It was more like they work hard, I work hard, and we just get shit done, and everything is easier, and it gave you a peace of mind.
Right. Yep.
And that's how. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. What is another thing that you feel like you learned this year?
Um,
And for the chat, what did y'all learn for the year?
I
I'm trying to think about what I learned.
I learned that I gotta learn a lot of more shit. That's what that's the main thing I learned. Like, is a lot more to fucking learn. A lot more. Like, just not even about self. Just learning more about myself because I a lot of times like it's certain areas you approve in, but you be in the process of it and you don't see how far you came until it's like kind of pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened a couple times where people was pointing stuff out like, damn, bro, you really. And it's like two people was people I didn't rock with um, for a minute. But like even my mom, it was just like she like the other day she was like, no matter what it is, and I had said this, and I'm like, damn man, my mom a nurse, and no matter what she going through or anybody going through, they always call me first. And I'm like, my mom a nurse, my sister a doctor. Like anytime, even like when it's like, no matter what it is, people call me first. Or like even if they call my mom and dad first, then they call me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if they call like contact my dad or my mom, be like, hold on, let me, you know. And I'm like, not because like I know something, it's just because they know I'm gonna think through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna be
You
emotional
gonna
about
get
it.
some results.
Yeah. Even like I like my mom, I tell her like, oh, think about this, or think that way, or think this way, and then she'll come up with the answer. But she can't think that way in the moment. Like she needs me to kind of guide her.
Mm,
So it's not even always I have a solution for their problem, but I'm good at helping guiding them to their problem. And
right.
that's what my grandmother was. She was like the rock, the one solid thing that anybody can lean on. But I couldn't like they when I it wasn't when I was younger. I was always quiet and thinking, but it was the way I was thinking. They used to be afraid when I got quiet because they knew I was thinking something and they knew it was something crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
now they lean on me because they know I'm thinking, but it's something positive. So they was always used to me thinking, but at one point they was afraid for me to think. Like if something crazy happened, they'd be like, this motherfucker go do something crazy. He go cut somebody brake line or some shit like that. Like he gonna do some crazy
Damn.
shit. Like I
Hey,
don't want
Diddy.
him thinking. Diddy, 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 Diddy.
I learned that I need to practice what I learn. Practice what you preach.
Hmm. And you know the hardest part about that, and it's not even hard. I'm gonna use the title to show the simply complex part about that. You know what to do, it's just how to do it and when to do it. Is to take advantage of the situation presented for you to practice it. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
hard part is knowing when to like being in the moment almost. Like, okay, this is I know this, I've been studying this. This is what okay, now it's time to employ this. Like even patience. You know what I'm saying? When I used to be like, I gotta be more patient. I be in the moment now, like as soon as I feel myself get frustrated, it's like subconsciously I'm telling myself like time to practice patience. Here you go. Here's the opportunity. Show me what you got. I be saying crazy shit like
Mm-hmm.
I myself, and that's how that shit sound crazy, but I'm telling that shit work, bro. Be your own hype man. Like when it's in the moment, man, you gotta. That's how you adjust that emotion or regulate that emotion. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
I think my problem is that like what she was saying, like you might learn something, but then the opportunity has to present itself. And so it might take a while for the opportunity to present itself. And then when it finally does, what I've been trying to learn or use, I forget. All that get thrown out the window and I fail and I go back to my
it,
regular way.
And you know what though? This is too. It's not only taking the opportunity, but being prepared for the opportunity.
That's what it is. I don't be
Now,
prepared.
now check this out. This go again. It's simply complex, right? Everything that you study, you have to run it through simulations in your head, and you almost have to. If you study in it, right? If you
You have to
study in
play
it,
the
you
game.
practice
What
it.
if?
You have to do it every day. I'm
That's
not joking.
crazy.
But this is something. That's what I'm saying. It's
But that's
simple,
how
but
you
it's
have to do
complex.
it.
It's complex. Start off by like get. I mean, like people talk about vision boards, right? Fuck a vision board. Get a strategy board. Get you a board with the days of the month and put on there what you gonna put. Say so. Start off doing it 3 times a week. 5 minutes. That's all it takes. 5 minutes, and run a simulation, and then it'll become a habit to the point where you ain't got it on the calendar. You just doing it. You find time to do it. Like especially like Buddhism. Like I'm getting back into Buddhism. I've been more or less researching Buddha, um, like his teachings because they didn't divide it into 3 different scripts, but the actual Buddha's words rather. I ain't even gonna say Buddhism, but studying Buddha's words, like what Buddha was quoted saying, and finding a deeper meaning in that, and just even doing that, is something that I had on the schedule, and now I just do it.
Yep.
And I see them opportunities presented and small. I see the smaller opportunities, right? Because we be looking for the big opportunity for it to happen, but we miss the small opportunity. So I start seeing the small, and that's what I'm building on.
Mind map. Okay, mind mapping. I've never heard that, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
She call it mind
that's
mapping.
that's similar to that's similar to when I say strategy board.
Mm-hmm.
That practice what you preach fall on deaf ears more than
More
anything.
than anything. For
Yeah, it's so
real.
cliche. It became so cliche, but it's actually um, it's some great advice. It's one of the greatest pieces of advice ever given. Because most people, what happens is like when we give other people advice, most people think about what they would do in that situation. But if they get put in that situation, they don't do
Nobody more needs to be told practice what they preach more than a Christian.
it. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
I'm just saying, bro, those damn Christians. Bro, those Christians, they don't be bro. Listen, let me stop talking about people. Let me stop talking about people.
Man, I was just telling my wife just like how people are just in general like fucked up. Like people
Man,
just fucked up in general. I mean, no matter where you look across the globe, it's just human life is not valued the way it should be. It's just not valued.
at all. This world just so crazy. I'm telling you, that's why I don't have patience for people like that. I can't do it.
Everybody don't deserve it, and that's the problem too. Like a lot of times we give things to people who ain't deserving of it.
Yeah, that's true.
We get that shit away like it's like I don't know, bro. We I know, and that's just me talking from my own personal experience. That's what I learned, and then I learned this too. Like it ain't wrong to look at someone and be like, "You should earn this from me," especially when you know you willing to do the same, right? I'll never tell nobody trust me. Nah, my
Hmm.
actions gonna show.
Yeah,
And
that's what
if
I
you
say.
can't
Just
see it
watch
through that,
me. You'll
yeah,
see and you'll see.
and if you can't see it through the actions, then it ain't meant for you to see. That's just how it is.
Hmm.
That's just how it is. That way, that prevents me from jumping through hoops and hurdles. You know, because you get to performing tricks for people, they gonna get used to that, and when you ain't doing it, then it's gonna be a problem. Like I'm straight, I'm good.
Yep. He said, I learned that life is simply complex and maybe a great podcast on the subject might be helpful. A podcast. Create your own podcast, KY. Life is complex, believe it or not. I mean, would I say it's complex?
Yeah,
I feel like we change all the time. And honestly, man, getting to know yourself, ooh, that's some work.
yeah.
Really,
But
I mean, huh?
you post to change though, because
Yeah,
whatever don't change get left behind. That's
true,
just that. You know what I'm saying? You post to like you not go if you not gonna think like you think when you in your teens, like when you in your 30s, you shouldn't be what you was in your teen and your 30s. You see
true.
what I'm saying? A lot of people get places physically and never mentally.
Yeah. Because you got a lot of people that is old, and you be thinking like, dang, you ain't changed. Or even now, if you just look at some of the people that you grew up with, you like, dang, you still in that mind frame?
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, as I get older, things, everything supposed to change. My taste in clothes, my taste in music, my taste in what everything is supposed to change as you mature. That's what maturity is. Development. Development is progress. Progress is a form of change. So as you mature, you supposed to develop. And what happens is people get left behind. Mentally mainly, emotionally, it can even happen emotionally. You got to develop these aspects of yourself because if you don't, it get left behind.
When you said left behind, you know what came to my mind when you was talking to old boy. And for some reason, I don't know why it didn't register in his mind. Like, I don't think did he understand that like it's levels to this and everybody is not on the same level.
Yeah, man, that's why sometimes I talk and sometimes I listen. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is, bro. Like when I tell people, people be thinking like, "Oh, you arrogant." When I tell people like, "No, you ain't even on my level," they
It's
think like I
levels
think I'm
to
the
it.
shit. No, I know it's people above me, and when they talk, I shut the fuck up and listen. I know this.
Mhm.
I'm just telling you where you at. You ain't where I'm at,
Mhm.
and that's okay. You just got to know how to, as realists would say, act accordingly. That's all
Right.
you got to do.
You just
You
gotta
just
be
act
quiet
accordingly.
and listen.
Yeah. Know your shit. Know your
Know your
know the
place,
extent.
sir.
Yeah.
Know when to talk and when not to.
And you know what? If you do that, you can be better. You can learn some shit. You can enhance your level. So maybe
Shoot.
I can't talk today, but if I shut the fuck up and listen, I'll be able to talk tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it
For
works, bro.
real.
But people don't want to shut the fuck up.
Because then if you shut the fuck up and then you learn some shit, then you'll be able to talk. That talk. Well, see, a
Man, this is a
lot of
whole
people don't
clip.
listen.
I'm clipping this.
Don't get
That
that.
shit dope. I'll remark. Yeah, that's gonna be a short. I don't know how you brought that up, but that's what I be saying, man. You bringing some shit out, bro, and I can talk my shit.
Who?
You, that's why I love talking to you. Watch, I'm putting that shit on the short. Watch, that shit gonna be dope. I'm playing with that shit tonight. That shit gonna be dope. But he's just talking some. That was some real shit though. That's. I mean, it's levels to it. And
It just came to my mind when you said it. I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't understanding that. Like, I don't think that registered in his head that it's levels to this shit, and everybody ain't on the same level. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta understand that.
that's I be listening. Like I be listening to a lot of these. I be wanting to go on these panels, and I guess I'm not gonna say it's an assumption because I watch people for a minute and I see the consistency, and then I simulate, but I will still go up there to see if I'm right or wrong. Right? It just take a little bit more time. But I be listening to some of these people, and I can tell they're talking from an emotional aspect, and it's hard to really conversate with people. For me, personally, because I don't do all that trauma bonding shit. So I
Right.
like to hold people accountable for what they did in situations. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And a lot of times, like when these people be talking, I'll be like, bro, that's yo. Like this one dude was like, all women like this. And I was in the chat, like, you think maybe that's just your own personal experience? No, I asked him, I said, do you think you attract the type of women that's predicated to your own value? And he said, yeah. Okay, that's the answer to your question. You saying the women
Right.
ain't shit because you ain't shit, bro. You just
Fact.
answered your own question.
End of
Like,
discussion. Shut down.
right. You just answered your own question, bro. Maybe if you become better, you can get better women. That's look, I had to learn, and I'm talking from experience. That's why you'll hear me say, you don't hear me dogging my exes. You know why? Because shit, how the fuck I'm gonna talk about them if I was with them? What does that make me?
Hell yeah. That's what I never understand it when people be talking. What look K Y2K somebody. I'll shut up, but when he gone, I'll be talking again. Exactly. Act accordingly. Act
Mm-hmm.
accordingly, K Lottie.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna cry in the car. Y'all stupid. Golly.
But I don't know, like, and this is look, this I just accept this, right? In life there's double standards, right? It's just what it is. I don't think it's very masculine to be coming over here crying about women. If women come on here complaining about men, that I mean, I ain't I guess I am. It's a double standard. Women do certain shit men don't do. Men do shit women don't do. Women, vent their problems out loud, outwardly, and they're emotional. So they're gonna talk more from an emotional aspect. I just expect men to talk more from a logical aspect. I think it's asinine when I see men come on here and generalize. I just think like that's not intellectual to me. And that's more emotional. And that's okay, but just call it what it is. This is my experience. I respect that. And then you give me your experience. That can be respected. But don't be coming out here project. That's some shit women do.
But you got a lot of men that like try to match women's energy. That shit
That
weird to me.
that shit weird to me. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like this is how I am in real life. Like if a woman, I let women vent. So if mad, angry, yeah. But at a certain point, I don't know. Like this, maybe I'm old school. At a certain point, I'd be like, "Calm that shit." You know what I'm saying? Like chill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Like
seen
chill, that's enough.
Papa them do that. I seen my dad do that. I just see, that's how but we don't match that energy. You know what I'm saying? Well, and it's just short and sweet. Chill that shit
Really
out.
shut
And
your ass up.
it should stop. After that shit stop. You know, that's
Hmm.
like, with my kids, they be tripping. I'm like, hey, shut y'all, and then they be like, oh shit, daddy tripping, daddy mad. Okay, that's enough. Like, the shit stop. But like dudes going back and forth with women on here, bro. I be like, y'all sassy as hell, man. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, they be matching energy and all that. That's just kind of weird to me, but I guess
And
that's the
some
world
women,
that we
I'm
live in.
and men like some women, I'm not even dealing with because they got too much masculine
They
energy.
too masculine. Yep.
Yeah, they too masculine. Like it's one thing of getting upset and having emotional expression, but it's another thing to be masculine. That's two different things. People get upset and mad. That's a human thing. But like when you coming off like as masculine,
It's a
like
turn
you can whip
off.
my ass or something, like you gonna
Yeah.
do something to me, like nah, bro. But you telling me how you feel in an expressive way, you cussing, oh, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But it's some women on here, you ain't gonna do like you don't challenge no man and no woman. I'm telling you, you just don't do
Hmm.
it. Women don't do that shit. You can challenge them intellectually. Don't challenge them like you gonna do some physical shit. I don't like that. That shit weak to me.
The future is screwed. So, man, super screwed. I just be looking like we doomed. These children, like, I just don't understand. I don't be seeing kids outside like that no more. I just be looking at a lot of stuff that we did when we was kids, and it's just sad for the future.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, I'm looking at my son. I'm like, do you know how much shit I was in before I was even your age? He's 6. I
Right.
used to be out in the woods and playing, jumping out of 2-story windows on mattresses and shit, swinging from vines, catching snakes. I was doing all types of crazy shit at his age.
This
All
nigga
types of
said,
crazy shit. Like he'd never be able to do shit like that.
with the hooray. Right. What up, atmosphere?
With the who raised you? Who raised these little mother?
When is the reset
Yeah,
coming? It can't come fast enough, for real, though.
the Great Reset.
Yep.
Y'all ain't ready for that.
We ain't ready.
Nah, most people trying to live because they scared to die.
The more and more I get older, I'm not scared.
Uh,
And I'm starting to come to terms that, like, it's just another chapter.
yeah, journey.
Yeah, another chapter or a journey, yeah.
You come to that, and that's acceptance, man. I was thinking, this the crazy thing, right? As you said that, I was thinking last night, like I was looking at my kids when they sleep, and I said I came in this world crying, I'm gonna go out laughing. And that's crazy, huh? Like we come in crying, but I'm gonna make sure I go out laughing.
Right.
Cause I enjoy myself. We come in crying because we don't know what the fuck. Like we like, hold the fuck up. What the fuck? Where the
Hmm.
fuck we at now? This crazy ass shit. We don't know what to expect. But after we done lived it, we can't do nothing but smile, man.
I ain't gonna hold you, but if when I come back, I will come back. I ain't gonna hold you. I might fuck with some people. I might
You
fuck
gonna
with
come back in
certain
a
people.
different. You gonna come back in a different avatar, man.
I know, but no, what I mean by in the spiritual world,
Oh yeah.
like I'm gonna come back fucking with people, and then I know I'm be very protective. Like I'm gonna be watching, my kids a lot. Like I'm gonna be very protective of them and stuff like that. But I'm gonna come back and fuck with some people too, though. Nah, let me stop.
Pulling people cover off of them while they sleep and shit.
Yeah, doing that exorcist bullshit. The Christ compel you. What he say? The power of the Christ compel. I'm sorry.
Commander, what is you talking about? She said, "What is the Caucasian version?" I forgot what. I look away for a
I
minute. Y'all
don't
done put
even
some.
know. I'm lost.
He said, "What's the Caucasian version?" I forgot.
I'm mad I missed the live. I didn't know you was going live yesterday. And then you was talking about my eye. I'm like, dang, that's my shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna do 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna start doing like 3 in the video, like 3 of the principles. I don't even know off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, I am peaceful. Might not use that version.
Yeah, I'm mad I missed that last night. Dude, you gotta start letting me know you going live. Put that back up. Let me
I know.
see.
Hold on. What up, E? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what I learned this year is that there is a time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And because you do something and it doesn't necessarily work out in your favor, it doesn't mean that it can't be done. It just means that it might not exactly be the time yet.
And you know what? That's how I feel about this whole YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I keep coming on here because it's like, I know it's a good thing. It just might not be my time.
Mhm.
But it's, like I said, it's about preparation. Like, am I gonna be like a lot of times people get their opportunity and they're not ready for it, so they don't know what to do with it. So when I get mine, then I know what to do with it. You know, so it's like honing skills now.
Right.
That's what I've been focusing on is like just honing different skills, and then when people start paying attention, you know, I do my thing. But you know me too, man. I don't even. I rather tell somebody what to say than say it myself. I rather be in the back, you know, not even a P Diddy dancing in the back, far away in the back while they doing their
Not
thing.
all in the videos.
Yeah, we're trying to be in the video and shit. I'm straight. I be in the background though. I be up in the Raptors chilling while they, you know what I'm saying.
What's
I,
up,
I,
Edward? I still be eating tacos just off camera.
Bud Files, what it do with the business is? What
Hey,
up,
Bud
fam? I hope y'all
Files.
good, bro. Y'all up late chilling. Y'all up late chilling
But
with it.
but on that topic, like this is what I think is that, like your whole say like your whole life, right? You trying to become successful or a millionaire, whatever you deem as successful, right? And so you say like, you know, damn near your whole life you thinking about being successful, like you just want to become successful. But guess what? The universe said, okay, I'm going to make you successful, but I'm going to make you successful when you turn 48. So
Right.
you running raggedy your whole entire life, right? Like you just running thinking like, but if you knew in your mind, okay, at this age, I'm going to be successful, would you really be just like doing the most in your 20s and 30s and stuff like that? Like, I just, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
I
if I,
understand. No, I understand. Like, I think of like, even think about like Samuel L. Jackson. You know what I'm saying? He was all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Then he got his shit together. He became successful later on in his life. Um, So that's like that old saying, like if a person knew they will succeed at whatever they did at the 101st time, they'd be more willing to go through it. But if a person
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, maybe they'd get to 50 and quit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people get to fit. If you know what's in front of you, you willing to walk through the darkness. You know, with more confidence. You know, even
Right.
if you stumble and fall, trip over some shit in the dirt, you know what's on the other side. But if you don't know and you start stumbling, tripling, and fall, you might be like, "Fuck this," and turn around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And it,
saying?
it get frustrating because you like, dang, I'm trying to get here, and it just seems like I'm not gonna be able to get to this point.
But see, like me,
So,
me personally, like I know, and see, I even know I even know what's blocking me, but it's not. I don't even know how to explain it. But like for me, I'm living the life that I wanted right now. I just want
mm-hmm.
more, but I know what comes with more, and I know what
Mm-hmm.
happens if I turn shit up. I know what happens, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just I want a cool, I'm only here for a period of time, right? And if I can imprint something on people, that's fine. But I'm just trying to enjoy the time I'm here. You know what I'm saying? As far as like making a mark on the world and all that shit, it's cool. And it's like, but at the same time, if I can't just enjoy myself while I'm here, it's no purpose of doing that.
Right.
There's no purpose, man.
Mm-hmm. But I think that it make you appreciate the ride of the journey of certain things when you going through it, and then you finally become successful. You finally hit that goal. It makes you enjoy the journey. Like, dang, all this was worth it. All everything I've been through.
That's how, just looking back at my life, man, that's how I feel now. Like, I came from a backwoods town, man. You know, no mama, no daddy. That's where I came from. I had no mama, no daddy. I had a mama and daddy. I just wasn't living with them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have them at that time until I turned 9. Then I moved away from all my family up here. And then this shit was like a total shock and culture change. You know what I'm saying? So to get back to what I desired, that shit it was hard. It is this the path I took, but I needed that because the path I took allowed me to experience the different things that I did. And without those experiences, I wouldn't perceive things the way I do. Like it hit different. Like people go online and look at shit. It's different from like experiencing it from third person to first person. Like I sat and did ayahuasca with shamans and shit. So when I talk about some spiritual shit, it ain't from no book I read. It's from shit I did. I sat in hot tents. You know, I did that. That hit a little different. So when people start talking
Yeah.
about spirituality and shit, be like, bro, you don't know the first goddamn thing. I'll be like, nah, bro, it's a little deeper than what you think.
And
You ain't
I
never
and
been on
I
that
and I
trip.
appreciate the way that you think and like the angle that you think, because sometimes I might be thinking that, but I really don't necessarily know how to put it into words, or I might not even be thinking about it. But when you say it, I be like, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just like basically when you like say it's level to this. It's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
put it on a whole nother scale, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, because I wasn't even thinking about it like that.
And that's, but see, that, that's how you like extract information too. A lot of people aren't open minded nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like when you ain't open minded and you more or less looking for something to respond to like kind of go against versus something to intake to something to even have an epiphany about. Like I did a video on
Or
the three
just
laws of
dialect.
logic. Yeah. Like I did a video on the three laws of logic. 755, what it do with the business is. I was over there before I started. I was in the bushes. So shout out to 755.
Hey, 755. She be painting
Yeah, she doing
every
her thing. She
hour. Be
doing
doing it for an hour.
yeah, she been doing it for I've been, I liked
She be
all
doing
the
it for a
videos.
little
I
minute.
go in there. Yeah, she always going right when I'm putting the kids to sleep or I'm about to get ready. But yeah, she go check out 755, y'all. Somebody drop her link in the chat for me. But yeah, I found myself just like sitting back, listening, and observing to a lot of different things. And it's just people, they more or less projecting their own experience. And it's okay when you're trying to get clarification. And that's what people really be looking for. Well, explain this. Well, if that's true, well, why go through this? That's what they really be saying. But they're they're not in that receptive mode to understand, to receive an answer or a solution to their problem. They more or less just projecting it.
Yeah, she on vertical.
Yeah,
Let
she
me
on vertical. Yeah, Tay got mixed up with that earlier.
I know.
Rose was about to get it, boy.
I'm like, I don't see him, bro. I'm like, that's crazy. You know, I got quiet. You know how you just, cause when you said his name, I'm like, what the fuck? So I started, my mind started get to going. I'm like, hold on now. He didn't block me. What happened? But, but, we was talking about, wait, what? Cause I be forgetting, man. My mind's so bad.
Yeah,
Cause I
you was
wanted to
talking
say
about how his
something on
levels
that,
to things. Yeah, you
huh?
was talking about how his
Oh,
levels to things.
yes. Yeah, yeah, it is. Now, I just like the way and I think that's why everybody call you too, is because you think so many different ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And some people are not able to think in certain ways or get themselves out of certain situations. So it's like when they call you, you bring clarity to certain things. You open up different avenues that maybe somebody wasn't thinking about.
And you like we I holler at you in the back too, but like you know a lot more about me than most people. But when I say I developed that because of experiences I
Life
had to go through.
experiences.
You
Yep.
have a different understanding of like okay, yeah, that makes because I was put in situations where I had to think, and if I didn't make the right decision, it could have cost lives, like literally.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people don't. That's a hell of a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just
Yep.
talking about in the hospital. I'm just talking about, and I did that at a young age. So it developed. It became a habit, and that's what helped me develop to where I am. But that's what I'm saying. Experience matters, man. Like sometimes doing shit versus just reading things, right? Reading things is cool because I developed and learned a lot from just reading. But when you put in those positions where it's either go or not, you develop that
Hmm.
shit a lot easier. Even like emotional control. certain situations. I couldn't have been emotional in because it would have cost people lives. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out here is different. It's easier. Like shit. Okay, yeah, that ain't nothing. Not compared to what I've been through.
Mm-hmm. That's why when I go through adversity in life, not too much can just really get me. I mean, I'm gonna go through it, but it's like I'm kind of quick on my feet, and I kind of think of different things, some way I can get around it,
Mm-hmm.
because I just done been through a lot of shit. So it's like
Things
I'm
you've
just
been through,
kind of used to, huh?
adapting and adjusting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, now I was talking about that the other day too, because what you just explained is the learning aspect of your experience, right? That's why you are able to think differently, do differently in these situations. A lot of people don't learn from those experiences. So they go through a cycle where they keep going through it. And when they go through it, it's hard for them to get out of it. But you can go through the same thing you've been through, but you know how to navigate through the shit. Either avoid it, go around it, or go through that shit.
Right.
And when you come through it, you just dust your shoulders off and keep it moving. But some people, they be
Mhm.
fucked up. Like they just been through a spin cycle. They got to
Right.
rebuild shit. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah,
keep
like
having
well,
the. Oh, go ahead.
nah, I ain't gonna cut you off. But no,
No,
I'm
no, you
just
got it.
saying, like when we like me and you was talking the other day. Well, it's been a little while, but we was talking, and it was like, when you go through situations like maybe you got to worry about bills or something like that. That shit don't worry me too much like how I used to back in the day. It just
Mm-hmm.
majority of the time that something gonna shake, something gonna come
Yeah.
through. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like these times get easier. I just don't stress about it like how I used to. I just be like, something gonna come through. I will figure it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I just leave it at that. And when it come, it come. And
It
majority
come,
of
it
the
come.
time when it come, something gonna shake. Something gonna pop up. Some type of money gonna come through. Or you'll be able to put it off until you able to get something or whatever. It's just how it works.
And that's that's that weather and the storm too. You know what I'm saying? Getting to that understanding the storms bring growth anyway. Anytime it rain hard outside, the grass grows thicker, longer. You know what I'm saying? So all those storms we go through, that shit is actually developing us. That's what it's supposed to do. Sometimes motherfuckers get washed away with the storm. Just depends how strong the
Mhm.
roots are, right? When you really look at it in nature, if the roots strong, it's gonna keep the tree down. But if they weak, the tree gonna fly up. That's just how it is.
Mhm.
So make sure your roots strong, yo. And that's the knowledge. That's the
Mhm.
knowledge. That's the roots. Knowing, like, look, I just gotta hold on, and shit go shake up. Let's go pop up. It always do. You just gotta be looking for the opportunity when it comes. If you got your head down, you ain't gonna see it. It's gonna be right in front of you. You gonna bypass it, looking down.
Yep. For real. I got this one coworker, she be stressed. She be, man, I gotta pay this. I be paying. I just be like, man, I'm not even fit to go there. Yeah, I remember them days, but hey, it get paid, it get paid. It don't, it don't. I'm not fit to stress over that shit like that for real.
Nah, I ain't gonna stress. Cause when I'm dead, it ain't a problem anyway. So fuck it. Hey man, when I'm out of here, I'm out of here, bro. I ain't gotta worry about none of that shit. So I'm gonna just enjoy what I can when I'm here. Bro. Like that, you don't understand, man. That I think the most grounding thing I learned this year is like you just literally a speck of sand on the beach, bro. You
You just what?
a speck of sand on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we are, bro. at the end of the day. So I mean, enjoy the time that you got because that wave will come in.
It is. And you know, like that's what I say, talking about that astrology and knowing, man, these planets move and you born at a certain degree, you got certain degrees in your chart, and these planets go into retrograde, these planets move around. And like you say, when it's your time, take advantage of it. Like if it's your time to where you can market yourself, be able to build relationships with certain people, when it's that time to do that and use it to your advantage. Because
Hmm.
then when it's time to sit back and go into hiding and chill, then that's your time to sit back and chill.
And
And when
see,
it's
like,
go ahead.
you know what is crazy that you said that because I think like my wave was when I was in sales. Like when I got into like real estate at first, it was just this energy. At first it wasn't there, but when this shit came, bro, I was making money like a motherfucker. Then I switched over to life insurance, started making even more money, and it was just easy. And I
Hmm.
think this is my time to like kind of chill, like kind of fall back.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I've been getting into that astrology, and the more and more the little bits and pieces that I learn, I'm just starting to learn that like around when these planets move at certain times and it's meant for me to take advantage of certain things, I take advantage. I try to take advantage. And then when it's meant for me to chill, be still, then I just chill and be still, you know?
It's like the
And that's,
seasons, man.
yeah, that's what I'm learning to do.
And so within, so without, man. I mean, that's one of the. That's why, like, I tell people, like, I think in that my hot video, like, I don't get too high and I don't get too low. It's like I'm able to ride the flow, of different energies. Like, my wife, she'll watch me. She'd be like, sometimes, like, she'll be like, hey, I want to get this done. I'll be like, man, chill. But when it's time to get it done, it's like, I'm going at it viciously. Like like I'm attacking the shit. She's like,
Hmm.
oh damn, yeah. And I'm like, that's the flow, man. You just gotta
Right.
find the flow.
Cause like right now, this is like Capricorn. This is Capricorn season. So right now, this is more like get the work done. This is getting things done right now. So if you got the energy to get things done right now, get it done. This is all about progress, working. You know, last month it was probably more so chilling, hibernating. But right now it's Capricorn season and it's get it done. Whatever needs to be done, check it off the list and get it done.
Let me ask you this because this is something like I ain't gonna say practicing. This is like kind of my behavior now, for like probably the last 8 years. But it's times that I feel like I have to be like it's certain times of I ain't gonna say it a year. It's just certain times where I feel like I need to be physical, and then sometimes I feel like I need to be mental, and then sometimes I feel like I need to live like the way I'm. I don't want to say personality, but the energy I exude. Sometimes it's like this is physical shit, and then sometimes it's like no, this is mental shit. Like phases,
Mm-hmm.
I go through phases like that where I live. Like you'll see different. Like my wife noticed that like 4 years ago. Like she didn't notice it until I lost my eyesight, and then because I guess I don't know. Anyway, she was like, I know sometimes she like sometimes you just like this intellectual, and then sometimes it's like you're solely based on emotion, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I flow. That's like the energy I ride throughout the day. It can I can be a whole month like a physical person, and then the next 2 weeks I'll be like the emotional aspect of me would be more profound. It's like
Yeah.
that's I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't even know if you was gonna understand what I was saying.
Nope. I know exactly what you're saying, and that is true. It's time the planets move, and it's time for you to speak. Like Mercury. Mercury is a planet of communication. So when Mercury is out there, it's times for you. That's when it's time for you to communicate. It's easier. Things are more clearer when you communicate across. There's no miscommunication. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if Mercury
Yeah,
goes into retrograde, then the communication might be off. You people can't get what you gather, or the miscommunication. You might think that you have a doctor's appointment at this time, but the doctor's appointment was at another time. Like it's just miscommunication be off. Like you said, it's a time when you communicate and the communication is there, and then there's times when it's not meant for you to be communicate. It's time for you to get into your emotions and sit in that and think about that. You know,
yeah,
it's levels. Levels. We got to talk about a live on levels, because it's just levels to everything.
yeah. It was there. I'm gonna make a hoodie like that. I want a hoodie like that. I had one like my cousin. I remember I had a couple of those hoodies when he first got into like the printing thing. He made me like shirts and hoodies because I that's like one thing. Like I don't want to say I used to be stoic, but I went through this phase where I would say like very few words. Like everybody be talking and shit. And the main thing I used to always say, like when people be talking, like, man, there's levels to this shit, bro. They be like, why you ain't talking? There's levels to it, bro. It ain't where I'm at right now. That's when I was like really into my intellectual shit. And he put that shit on the hoodie one day for me. And I was like, I like this shit. I gotta get another one.
Yeah, cause that's that's real right there.
And and like I said, like is like I don't know. That's why I had a conversation about arrogance and confidence. Like people being conceited versus somebody just being confident. Like, I'm not a conceited person at all. I'm very fucking confident person though. If it's something I can do, I'm gonna tell you I can do the shit. If it's something I can't do, then I'm gonna tell you I can't do that shit. I probably can research it. I probably and then give you my opinion, but that's not my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I'm confident because I know what I can do. I know I have a, a repertoire. I have a resume of shit I accomplished and what I did. So I know what I can do. But people, they put their own limitations on the other people because they not capable of some shit. They think everybody else ain't. Like, no, there's levels to this shit, boy. That's why.
Hmm.
That's where I get that shit from. Like, it's levels, and I understand where I'm at. I'm not at the top. I'm trying to get to the middle. Shit, god damn.
I'm just trying to get in the middle, get in
I'm
where
trying
I
to get
fit
to.
in. God dang.
You know what I'm saying? But how am I gonna get to the middle if I already think I'm at the top?
Hmm.
I'm trying to get to where I'm supposed to be, bro. So that's why we tell people like, nah, bro. Like it was somebody on my comments in that logical video. Right? It says, the laws of logic, meaning the context of the title, meaning I'm gonna, expose the laws of logic or I'm gonna explain the laws of logic. And somebody put in the video, you don't even know the first thing to do. And I'm like explaining the laws of logic. So we had this whole discourse, and I put in there like, I'm not explaining the essence of logic. And this motherfucker so smart, they dumb. This is what I'm saying. Like people just want to be right. This motherfucker said there's no essence of logic. It's only this. And I'm like, bro, you know what essence means? So I was being nice at first. I'm like, look at it, essence from a philosophical context, and you understand what I'm saying because you just explained partial of the essence of what logic is. Essence is what makes something up. That's what essence means. So if it exists, something made it up. It has an origin, it has components, it has something that makes it exist. That's essence. So everything has an essence.
Mm-hmm.
But the person's so fucking smart, they fucking dumb. like, like you just want to be right about something. And I'm telling them, like, bro, you socially awkward. First time I ever met you, and instead of you saying, hey, you know, what's the video about? Or saying, hey, you know, even if a person came at me like this, hey, look, check this out. First thing of logic that you got to do is X, Y, and Z. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But you coming on here, I don't fucking know you. You talking about you don't know the first thing to do. You fucking weird to me, bro. That ain't how you introduce yourself to people. That's how I know in real life you fucked up too. You ain't got nobody to talk to in real life because you do shit like this.
Exactly. Get your weird ass on somewhere.
And they still comment. I'm like, bro, look, just be a good person in life. Just moving forward. This is gonna be stop commenting on my shit. I'm trying not to block you. I'm literally trying not to block the person, but I'm like, you fucking weird, bro. You just want to be right about something. That's what I say. Most people come over here seeking validation. That's
We
what
need to
most
have
people
some
do.
weirdos up in here so we can start trolling and having fun.
They won't. They don't. It ain't fun to troll me. I be motherfuckers came through here and tried a
It's
couple times.
fun because I like it because you be you be on their ass. That shit be funny to me.
That's why they don't come. It was one dude who literally came on my panel. I was tearing his ass up, and he got quiet. He was like, I was like, man, what are you doing? Why are you so quiet now? Oh, I was just waiting for my friend to come over. Like, now he done watch me tear your ass up, and now he like, I'm straight. That's why he ain't came over yet. You been on here for a whole 30 minutes. I've been tearing apart everything you said, making you look stupid. Now you waiting for a friend. You waiting for backup. They
Exactly.
don't want this. They don't want this. And I'm just having fun. I mean, I ain't even being mean.
They
I'm
be
being
all on
petty
my
and
channel
motherfucker.
though.
Yeah. That's why I be like, God damn, I want the link. I be having fun over there with them.
They be
I be
all
wanting them
on
to
my
come up and
channel,
talk
bro.
though.
A lot of them Christians be on my channel.
Yeah, it's like you got a connection with the Christian network or something.
I don't know how. My channel, I don't be talking nothing Christian. I don't know how, but everybody be on there talking about God loves you, Jesus loves you. I'll be like, what the
I be
heck?
it's this that no Fugazi dude. I be
Oh,
wanting
him.
to get his shit and talk to him.
He's still on there?
Yeah, bro, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going
What he
nowhere.
be talking about now?
He was having a debate tonight. Does morality come from God? Like, is morality grounded if it doesn't come from God? He had a conversation like that tonight, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, bro, morality don't come from God. That shit come from man, bro. Any way you want to try to explain it. Well, it was in the book, the Bible. Yeah, the man wrote the Bible. Well, God told it any way it go, it came from the man, bro. Even if God inspired man to write, how the fuck you know what God told that person 2,000 plus years ago? You don't know what
Nah,
God
you
told that
don't.
person. Fuck out of here, man. Man wrote that book. Stop playing. Just admit that. Like when people say inspired by God, okay, we can rock out with that because I feel like I got a connection to the divine and the divine tell me shit. So I can rock out with that. But don't tell me God wrote that shit. Don't do that. Let's be real.
Hmm.
And shit, I don't know how that person interpreted that. And guess what? They interpreted it predicated on the things they were going through in that time. That's just real shit. They was going through different shit. It was different back then. So I can learn from it, but at the same time, come on now, man. That
Yeah.
shit came from man. And we can more out is a lot of other civilizations that had deities or gods or understanding of morality prior to the Bible. So it was always created by man, and you can create
What
morality
what
predicated.
troll? They said there was a troll in the chat that had you hot that day.
I don't remember no troll. I ain't seen no troll.
I'm saying one day. I don't have no problems with Christians, really. It's just that, majority this country is a religious, a Christian country. Most likely, you run into someone that
You,
is a Christian. So, I don't have
you,
any issues, but
you know what
I'm
I
just saying,
noticed?
if you gonna walk the walk, talk the talk, and to me, a
That's
lot of Christians don't walk the walk. They just talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk.
and like the people who practice Christianity, I never have an issue with them. It's the people who know the shit, who believe in the shit. But the people who practice, I never have an issue with. Like we can talk about Bible verses, what this means, what can we get out of this. That's how we talk. We don't talk about if it's true or not, if it's real, if you don't do this, you go to hell. We don't talk about that. We try to get a deeper understanding of the meaning of the Bible. I think that should be fun, bro. That I rock out with that all day. Well, what does this mean? What do you get from this? Or what can we? How do we take this? Like that, those conversations, I love them. But when they try to weaponize that shit against you, you going to hell because of this verse say this, or you ain't doing this, or you ain't doing that, or you don't believe in it. I'd be like, nah, bro. Like, okay, so let me see a whale swallow a man, and he lives. And let me see that shit happen one time for me. Let him stay in the belly of the whale for a couple. Like, the stomach acid to tear his ass up, bro. Stop playing. Like, stop
Hmm.
playing. Let me see a fucking unicorn, bro. Nah, I don't want to see no shit like that. Let me see a fucking giant. Man, I don't know. Let me see a motherfucker walking around like 10 feet tall or something. I'm like, hell no. Now, we do got 8 footers. That shit a little crazy, though. But they
I'm
be
gonna
all
bring my
fucked
show
up and
back.
shit.
Hmm.
I say, even the people who be walking around 8 feet tall, they be all medically fucked up.
Troll alert! I want to see that.
I like trolls. I like trolls. As long as they being respectful. Like some people be uber disrespectful just to get kicked out, though. That's why they do it. They don't really be trying to troll you.
What? Gary be having trolls? I never see trolls in his chat.
Who?
Gary.
Every once in a while, he had a stalker, man. Dude came over here. I was roasting this dude. He would not say shit about me. He kept talking about Gary. But he was a little slow, too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I looked on his page like he was touched with something.
Mm.
It wasn't by an angel, though. It wasn't touched by an angel. He had something going on with him. But, she still woke.
I
I think
hear it
she was
too.
been sleeping. What time is it? 2? Yeah, I'm about to put her to
What?
last sleep.
Well, it was good talking to y'all.
Oh, for sure, sis. I'm gonna do mine probably not tomorrow night, but Friday night going into Saturday. I'm gonna do 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna try to do once a week until I'm gonna do a series of mine once a week until I get to the 42.
Really? I'm gonna have to jump on that. But yeah, get with me so we can talk about setting up that one series. We can do that
Oh, for
too.
sure. Oh yeah. You said you had. Oh, okay.
All right, y'all. I'm out.
I was trying to read the comments. I thought
Yeah, he
you.
talking about that troll.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. I want to, bro. Look, I am a funny guy. Look, man. If y'all want to do some funny comedy shit, bro, I'm down for it. I just don't know. I can't. I can't do it on mine. But I don't got the audience, man. But bro, I'm telling you, man. You bring some trolls through. I have some fun with that. I love trolls, but that should be so fun. Because I don't know, it's just like psychological warfare for me. That shit fun, bro. Because like most people, when they type, I can tell what they projecting, and that should be fun, bro. That should be fun analyzing people. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Shout out to Tay Eat hitting the panel. Shout out to Gary Sleep. Shout out to Commander. Shout out to DD Riddler. Shout out to my nines, KY came through. 755 came through. Who else was it? Didi. Nate the Great was in the building. Man, bro, I told you, bro, man, that shit was that shit was kind of sassy, bro. That last one you put up, that was I might have to clip that, bro. I might have to clown you on that one, bro. I say another one too. I might have to clown you. I might have to make it a part 3, bro. I made 2. You forcing my hand, bro. 2026. And I let you go with the purse, but now yeah. But y'all, I'm just talking shit, y'all. No, I'm not. I'm gonna make a video. I'm clipping that shit. But you know what I always say, man. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything to resonate, and my boy Atmosphere is in the building. Oh no, it ain't gonna be no AI war. He can go with the AI, bro. I'm just go, he made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. That's what it is, bro. He gonna make it a hot line, make it a hot song. But y'all know what I always say, man. Care about how you feel. These conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, that's all I got, man. That's all I got, bro. I ain't got no more. No more.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?